Oh Lord, we need your word.
Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 1 through 4. Now, I don't have my ability to do the slides like I normally do, so I'm going to have to depend on Brian. So everybody said, move the slide, Brian. He ready to read it. Ready to read it now. When you go out to battle against your enemies and see horses and chariots and people more numerous than you, do not be afraid of them. For the Lord your God is with you, who brought you up from the land of Egypt. So it shall be, when you are on the verge of battle, that the priest shall approach and speak to the people. And he shall say to them, Hear, O Israel, today you are on the verge of battle with your enemies, but do not let your heart faint. Do not be afraid and do not tremble or be terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you. And the Lord has a blessing to the readers, to hear that the faithful doers of his most holy and righteous word proclaim your victory now. Proclaim your victory now. Slide. To proclaim means to demand an authorization of something beforehand. That means before you even get sick, claim healing. Before you even go into a problem or a situation that's going to worry you or cause you despair, already have it in your mind. I know that some battles coming. Yes, sir. I know that some things going to happen. This is not conjecture. The text says it. It says it very clearly. It says when. The word when is important because in the original Hebrew writing, it's the word ki. It means it's surely going to happen at an appointed time, and whenever it happens or whatever happens, it says when this time comes, what the Bible wants us to understand is that we can't escape bad times coming, but we can already be prepared for when bad times come. As a matter of fact, Angel, we don't necessarily have to do anything but already know when the bad times come, Mama, God already won. So therefore, we have to understand that whatever battle we face, we've already been given the command, and this is not something that he's saying you ought to do. This is a command God gave to the people. He said, whenever you face battle, when you run into your enemies, this is a command, Bruce. This is not something that he's going to give you as an option. He says, when you face battle, don't worry about it. That's the command. This is the command, church. When you face a struggle, don't worry about it. This is not an option, Tay. This ain't something you got to wonder whether you got. God said, don't worry about it. He said, I'm going to show you, Israel, our battle strategy. He said, I'm getting ready to take y'all to some places. I'm getting ready to bless y'all. I'm getting ready to do some wonderful things in your life. But on this journey, I want y'all to understand something. We will face some trouble. And he said, here's our battle strategy, Israel. I want y'all to listen. Here's our battle strategy. When you face battle, don't worry about it. Keep going. Did y'all hear me? Michelle Calhoun, you already on your way somewhere. God already gave you a pre-battle strategy. He said, Michelle, I'm getting ready to bless you. I'm getting ready to elevate you. I'm getting ready to take you to some places. I'm getting ready to move you into some great places of favor. I'm getting ready to shift your life. I'm getting ready to move you from one place to another. I'm going to elevate you financially. I'm going to take care of your health. I'm going to bless your house. I'm going to bless your family. But Michelle, on the journey, you're going to run into some battle. But here's what I want you to understand, Michelle. While you going your way, you just keep trying. When you face the battle, here's my command. Don't you worry. I wish y'all could see what God's trying to tell you. Some of y'all done messed up the command. Some of y'all done messed up what God said. Y'all panicking and I already told y'all, don't worry, y'all. Y'all sitting here acting defeated and I already told going to happen for you. You act like you ain't going to get around it. You act like you're not going to get through it. But I've already given you a battle strategy. When you face your battle, he says, don't worry about it. He said, because you've already been pre-approved for victory. Jackie, this is something I want you to answer for me. If you go to a mortgage company, before you go buy your house, and they give you what's called a pre-approval letter, you feel more confident shopping for your house. Because you already been. You ain't got no guesswork, y'all. You already know you've been pre-approved. And so, Brother Lacy, here's my question. If God already came to you and gave you a pre-approval letter, shouldn't you feel confident no matter where you go? Shouldn't you feel confident no matter what comes up against you? Shouldn't you feel confident no matter what the enemy try? Because you already got your pre-approval letter. I want to ask a question to the people in the sanctuary. Do not believe me when I tell you God said you've been pre-approved. I just want to know how you feel because I just told you that God said you've been pre-approved. So when you face your next battle, don't worry about it. You already got the victory. You already been pre-approved. I wish I had some showers. And here who will say, God, thank you for my pre-approval. That's how come when I go to the doctor next week, God already said I'm all right. That's how come when I face my struggle next week, God already said I'm all right. Come on. All right. You know what happens to us? We don't expect the presence of God when we ought to always know we got the presence of God. And so we erase presence and replace it with panic. The idea God wanted the children of Israel to understand was that y'all ain't never by yourself. I'm the one who's taking you to the promise. I made this decision to take you to the promise. It's all on me to get you to the promise. So I'm the one who's responsible for what happens to you on the way to the promises. I'm the one who's taking you on the journey. And what we've done is erase presence with panic. We forgot that God is the one taking us on the journey. But what we did, Jackie, we got it our own way because we started wanting what we wanted when we wanted it, wanted to feel how we wanted to feel. We wanted to act like we were going to do it our own way. We wanted to act like we had the answers and the solution because the culture has given us different diagrams about what's supposed to be and how things are supposed to, instead of always simply focusing on God. I'm not here because you gave me a raise, sir.
That's right.
You had to give me a raise. Because God ordained it. I appreciate you giving me the money to help me get my car fixed today, but I don't owe you nothing. Y'all ain't gonna like this part. You was just the vessel God chose to use. Sometimes, y'all got to stop worrying about people and understand what God says. And what I want you to hear me say is that if victory is already yours, why do you ever feel like a loser? We're all hereby commanded by the power of the Holy Spirit to proclaim victory now. You are hereby commanded under the sound of my voice. I don't care if it's marriage. I don't care if it's the workplace. I don't care if it's health. I don't care if it's your family. I don't care if it's your children. I don't care whatever it is. You are commanded by the voice of God to proclaim your victory now. You see, you're already thinking about how you might feel next week. If you're going to think about how you might feel next week, put victory on it. If you got that much prophecy to know how you're going to feel when you go to the doctor, then put this prophecy with it, victory. Well, I already know I got to go to court. I already know I got to go to the hospital. I already know what next week going to bring. Well, since you that prophet, since you got all the answers already, you already know how you gonna feel. How you know you gonna be sad next week? How you know you gonna be miserable? God might shock you. But if you know you're gonna be sad, then God will put victory on it. If you got the victory already, what God says, I want you to travel without worry. I don't want you to worry about what's coming because I'm already with you. Let's go, Brian. The encouragement to proclaim your victory now is revealed in the context of being able to see yourself victorious because of what's called God's theocentric value. God's theocentric value. Lady Robinson, this is the School of Ministry stuff right here. Everybody understand this. But God's theocentric value is the central aspect of his existence. He's our Heavenly Father, whether we want him to be or not. Y'all catch that? He's who he is, whether we accept him or not. He's good, he's God, he's all-powerful, he's almighty. He ain't going to change. His value stays the same regardless of how we feel. And so the reason why we ought to proclaim victory is because even if the devil make us feel some kind of way, God's value stays the same. The devil can make you feel weak, but God ain't going to change. The devil can make you feel worried, but God ain't going to change. God is who he is. And verse 1 says, when you go out to battle and you see horses and you see chariots and you see people more numerous than you, listen, when it look like your situation is overwhelming and it look like more than you can handle, God says, don't be afraid. For the Lord your God is an important phrase because it's meaning Yahweh and Elohim. It emphasizes God's strength and goodness. That's who he is. He'll never stop being strong and he'll never stop being good. So what we learn from the text is that even when the enemy has more weapons than we got, even when the enemy looks bigger and stronger and overpowering, we still don't need to be afraid. In the text, the word afraid means dread. Here it is. We don't have to dread going through stuff because God is always strong. We don't have to dread going through stuff because God is always mighty. Here's the impact for your life. And I don't want you to miss this. Everybody tune in real good. Be real close. If you're on your phone, put it down. I want your ear real close to me. Never respond to issues based on what you think you can do about it. Always respond based on what you know God already said he's going to do about it.
That's right.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. All right. All right. I need to announce that every battle we face is not about what you can do about it. Everything you're going through ain't never been about what you can do about it. Everything you face ain't never been about what you're going to be able to do about it. It's always been about you responding based on what you know God already said he's going to do about it. Here's the problem. We don't know what God already said he's going to do about it. And because we don't know what God already said he's going to do about it, that's how come we respond as if we're going to do something about it. Because we don't rightly know what God will do about it. And you can't go through life like that. The demons of self-sabotage are real. The enemy will make you sabotage your own faith. The enemy will make you think less of yourself. You've already declared yourself something that God ain't called you. God's value stays the same. So why would you call yourself anything less than who God is?
Teach us, yes,
You've already said this is going to happen. You've already felt the worst. You've already made it feel like there's nothing that you can do to handle it. This situation feels different, Bishop. I ain't never been in nothing like this before. I hear what you're saying, but you don't understand. It's different. I ain't never been this worried before. I ain't never felt this bad before. I ain't never been like this before. I ain't never felt this level of attack. I ain't never been this depressed. I ain't never been this stressed. I ain't never been this worried. I hear what you're saying, but this feels different, but God still the same. Your issue could be that you lost sight of the value of having God in your life. I believe God getting ready, Tasha, to show somebody what it's like to have him. Even Kel, when you don't even know what he's doing. God gonna just show up and just gonna show you what it feels like to have him. You've been trying to do too much on your own. God said, I'm going to make it so you can't do nothing about it. Even if you think you can do something about it. I'm going to make it so that doctors can't answer what's really going on. I'm going to make it so that people can't explain what's really going on. Because I don't want you to have nothing to do with what the world thinks. I want you to be focused solely on me. God said, I'm going to take you through an experience to show you me. Y'all got to stop walking around here outside of God's theocentric value, because his value got to be on display. And in order for him to show his value, he got to show it through somebody's circumstance. They missed that, lady. He got to show his value through somebody's circumstance. So in order to prove he is who he is, somebody got to get real sick. In order for him to prove who he really is, somebody got to be almost broke. And then he got to show you that you can be almost broke but still make it. I'm just going to in a few minutes. I'm just going to tell you, sometimes God takes you through some stuff to just show you his value. Because as long as everything's smooth, you think it's you doing it. You think it's your money. You think it's you taking care of everything. God said, I got to do something to show you my value so that you can get your value out of the way. You already got victory, and you don't have to walk around believing that you can't be delivered because you're already delivered. But you're walking around believing that you can't break through for because you're already in a breakthrough. But you're walking around believing that you can't survive for because you already survived. It's a crazy thing for folks to think they can't survive what they already survived. The stuff you think you can't handle, you already handle. Because the truth is, if you couldn't handle it, you'd already be wiped out. But they said they ain't gonna like this. You already be somewhere in a crazy house. I know you almost went crazy, but almost don't mean nothing to God. You can almost do a whole lot, but almost is not a complete thought. That's just almost. But I'm talking about when God shows up and shows you his value, you got victory already based on his value and not based on how you feel. Proclaim your victory now, because you are not the one who's going to fix it. God going to fix it. Victory, do I proclaim victory in this marriage? I can't fix this man. No, you can't fix him. You the problem. You probably why you tripping like that. Y'all don't know like that. But you trying to fix, you trying to make her be what you want her to be. You trying to make them children be what you want them to be. Why don't you get your value out the way and put God's theocentric value in the, that's the way you get victory over it, not based on what you can do, but based on who God is. Right? The encouragement to proclaim your victory now is not only revealed in the context of being able to already see yourself victorious because of God's theocentric value, but it's also revealed in the context of being able to see yourself already victorious because of God's theocratic voice. God's theocratic voice, Aisha, is his guidance in human form. And T, this will probably be something you can adjust to, because what God does in his theocratic voice is manifest his voice through clergy. Bible says to preach. He says you're on the verge of battle. So it shall be that when you're on the verge, Lanny, of battle, that the priest shall speak to the people. And now this one, y'all, this kind of reverend. Y'all get sick of me telling y'all to keep going. Y'all get sick of me saying keep the faith. Y'all get tired of me saying hang on in there. Y'all get tired of me saying to God be the glory, stay in courage. Y'all get sick of it. But I'm supposed to tell you. Because I'm speaking under the theocratic voice of God. That as I stand here, if you're looking for God to say something, God sometimes says it through prayer. Y'all ain't gonna like this part. There's some divine vessels, Bruce, who God has assigned in the earth to keep you encouraged. You don't like this part? I'm trying not to go too far here. The Bible says that the preacher's supposed to say a certain thing, and he shall say, "Hear, O Israel, today you are on the verge of battle with your enemies, but don't let your heart faint." Y'all gotta stop looking for me to tell you to get some money. Y'all gotta stop looking for me to tell you God gonna give you a blessing. God gonna give you $1 million. All I'm supposed to tell you is if you're about to go in debt, don't be scared. They don't like it, Sister Calhoun. They don't like it. But I'm supposed to tell you on behalf of God is don't tremble or don't be afraid because of them. Don't let your heart faint. I'm supposed to speak on behalf of God because, angel, if I tell you God gonna give you some money, and if I tell you how much he gonna give you, I might be misrepresenting God. I might say he gonna give you $1 million, but he really gonna give you $2 million. So it's better for me to just shut up and say, don't be scared, just wait on God. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed the whole thing. Y'all missed it. What God wants me to do is encourage you not to be running around in fear. Scared because you already got the victory. Now, I want you to know that I'm very humble and I don't take my assignment for granted. But sometimes, and I want to say this real calm in this path because I don't want you to think I mean no harm. But just as much as y'all tired of me. And I mean this, Cal, and just in the most humble way. But I get so sick of y'all complaining about stuff God already gave you victory. I mean, at some point, y'all got to give me a break. And I told you 1,000 times over, God got you. And I told you 1,000 times over, God with you. And I told you, God can fix it. And I told you to put it in God's hands. And I told you that God is the one who will handle it. And I told you to let God have control. And I told you that God will fix it. And I told you not to be weary. And I told you not to be scared. And I told you not to run like you ain't going to make it. You still calling me. With the same thing. But when you call me, my theocratic voice remains prominent. And I keep on saying, stay encouraged. You already got victory. Stay encouraged. So God put the priest with him, Brother Mason, because when God gave them that command, he said, when you face battle, don't y'all worry about nothing. But what he did was, I'm going to send the priest to travel with y'all. And I'm going to give the priest an assignment. And so that if for some reason you don't feel like you can hear my voice, when you get on the verge of battle, the priest going to stand up. And the priest going to say, we about to go into battle. But y'all don't be scared. Don't y'all be worried. Don't be afraid. Everything gonna be all right. Do you believe you're gonna make it through? Do you believe God can fix it? Do you believe God got an answer? Then free claim. Right? The encouragement to proclaim your victory now is not only revealed in the context of being able to already see yourself victorious because of God's theocentric battle. And because of God's theocratic order. But it's also revealed in the context of being able to see yourself already victorious because of God's theodicy vindication. In the text, statement that's made is what's called theodicy vindication. Sister Shirley, what is theodicy vindication? Theodicy vindication is the defense of God's goodness and favor in the midst of evil. So what verse 4 says is that the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you, and He is the one who fights for you against your enemies to save you. So notice this, church. You in the battle, but you're not doing the fight. You're there, you got a part to play, but God is the one who really doing the fighting. You're the vessel He's using to be presented in the place of what the struggle is. You're the one who's the recipient of whatever the issue is, but God gonna vindicate you. He's gonna make sure you come out victorious because you represent Him. So therefore, theodicy vindication, Kenny, it means that God is your divine escort. And everything you face, the enemy might think, Dre, he winning. But God will vindicate you as He vindicates Himself because He can never lose. I wish y'all would get it. His theodicy vindication bit is that what the enemy think he beating you up with, God gonna come right back, and the same thing that look like was defeating you, you gonna walk out of it. I really feel like this. The worst problem you got, the enemy think you defeated, but God gonna show out in the devil's face, and that same thing that everybody thinks should have wore you out, should have wore you down, that same thing that you even thought was just so bad, that sickness was just so bad, that issue was just so bad, God said, I can't never lose against the enemy, so I'm gonna vindicate you by making sure the enemy see you victorious. I ain't got the right church. Let me say it like this. God in theodicy vindication is saying, I'm guaranteeing your victory. Okay, y'all didn't like that one either. Y'all didn't like that one either. So Lulu, he's saying this. He said, Lulu, I promise you that whatever you dealing with now that you think you can't handle, I guarantee you come through. Maybe that's a little bit better. Right now, God wants me to tell somebody to stand on His guarantee. That God is guaranteeing you right now today that whatever you got up before Him, He gonna take care of it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Whatever the struggle is, you already won. Whatever the issue is, you got mama, it's already worked out. It's already taken care of. God said, because I can't lose against the enemy, I can't lose against what the enemy presents. I got to come out on top. I got to be victorious. I got to be the one standing in the air. Can't nothing defeat me. You be seated. I'm almost finished. You're in the struggle now. That God won't let you lose because He can't be embarrassed. Okay, let me give it to you like this. Even if it looks like it's going bad, God gonna alter, Kill, the outcome. Because it should have been, but God said not so. And He altered. When you were driving in your car hydroplane, the car should have went, but God altered and kept it on the road. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. Y'all got to pay attention to what God said. Whatever the enemy is trying to do, God says, I'm altering it because I can't lose against the enemy. And I want somebody to shift your atmosphere. And I want you to start thinking out loud that I will be vindicated because God can't lose. I want you to start opening your mouth and say, God gonna shift this stuff too. He gonna shift what I'm crying about. He gonna shift what I'm worried about. He gonna shift what I'm thinking is the worst. He gonna shift what look like my worst moment. He gonna shift what feels like my baddest time. And he gonna make me see victory. Somebody open your mouth and say, I gotta see victory. I gotta see victory. Listen, if you ain't seeing victory, keep on waiting. God getting ready to vindicate you. God getting ready to show you. Today is a good day. It's a real good day for you to find out that you already got victory. Today is a real good day for you to see that God has already won. And I know if God done already won, and if I'm walking with him and he walking with me, that means that I've already oh, that means that I've already won. Might be crying, but I've already won. Might be weak, but too, I've already won. Might get hard on me, I've already won. Might be laying up in the hospital, but I still done already won. They talking about me, but I done already won. They laughing at me, but I done already won. Devil thought he had me, but God done already won. Can I get y'all to do me a favor? Can you shift your atmosphere and say, I don't care what's going on. I've already won. Ain't got nobody who is defeated in the building. I ain't got nobody who a loser in the building. I ain't got nobody who gonna stay down in the building. God told me to tell you that everybody under the sound of my voice, you already got victory. Would you do me a favor and say, self, God talking to you, you already got victory. Self, stop worrying about it. You already got victory over your children's situation, over the problem in your job, over the issue in your marriage, over the issue in your body. You already got victory. If it's hard on you, just put it in the atmosphere and say, God, I give it over. I give it over to you because you already got it in control. It's rough on me, but you already got it in control. Can I get y'all to do me one more favor? And I'm going to leave y'all alone. Can you just say one more thing for me? Say victory. It's already mine. Somebody open your mouth and say, I got it, I got it. I got it, I got it. You already got approved for your victory. You already got victory in your situation. You already got victory in your body. You already got victory in your mind. You already got victory over the struggles in your house. You already got victory over everything that the enemy throwing at you. Somebody got victory over diabetes. Somebody got victory over cancer. Somebody got victory over COVID-19. Somebody got victory over everything Somebody say, I got victory over poverty today. I got victory over debt today. I got victory over what's going on at work. I got victory over the abuse in my life. I got victory over the depression in my life. I got victory over the weariness in my life. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Somebody say, I got victory over low self-esteem. I got victory over my stress today. I got victory over all my sadness. I got victory over mental breakdown. I got victory over suicidal thoughts. I got victory over drug abuse. I got victory because God is a chain breaker. I say God is, He's a way maker. Is there anybody who knows that Jesus gave us victory when He died on a hill called Calvary? He could have grave for 3 long days, but the third morning He got up with all power, heaven and earth in His hand. Power to make sure I'm alright, power to make sure I make it, power to make sure I got victory. Is there anybody here who will shout victory for me? I believe if you shout victory, you'll begin to feel better. Somebody shout victory. Give God praise because you got victory. I believe that you're already delivered. I believe that you're already in a breakthrough. I believe that God got His hands on you. Would y'all do me a favor and get wrap your arms around yourself and say, Jesus, just rock me and comfort me while I go through this ordeal. But I already got victory. I can't worry about what tomorrow will bring. I can't worry about what I'm thinking in my mind. I gotta lean on Jesus. Everybody know He will. Won't He show up, y'all? Won't He make everything? Won't He make everything? He'll make everything alright. I got a few witnesses in the room. I ain't gonna call out everybody doing this, but somebody testify that He sure will show up on time. Somebody testify that He sure will make things alright. Everybody can open your mouth and just testify. Give God some praise and show this world that God is a good God. I need somebody to show the world that you got victory. What about 500 just act like you know you got victory? Will you just let the enemy know that you already got victory? Already got victory. Come on, open your mouth and praise Him in here. If you believe you got victory, I want you to show some sign. Come on, I need you to show. He said, reclaim it. He said, reclaim it. He said, reclaim it. So open your mouth and reclaim your victory now. I ought to hear somebody say, I'm already won. I ought to hear somebody say, I'm already won. There ought to be a feeling on to say, I've already got the victory. I wish I could hear somebody testify. The victory is already mine. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. I need to hear the sound of victory. Church family, can I hear the sound of victory? Can I hear the sound of victory? Can God hear the sound of victory? Let me hear your sound. Let me hear your sound. You get ready to come through some stuff. Let God hear your sound. Give Him your sound of victory. Give Him your sound of victory.